Hello there. Thought I'd do a review today on some Old Smoky eggnog. This is their version of eggnog. They call it Shine Nog, and of course that comes from the fact that Old Smoky makes moonshine. I'm not a liquor expert, but from what I understand, moonshine is essentially really moonshine was illegal. It was back. It was when people were making their own whiskey during Prohibition. They were doing it illegally. That's why it's called moonshine, because it was done at night because you're trying not to get caught by the feds. So really, it's just whiskey, but moonshine was a nickname for it when it was made illegally. Nowadays, it's called moonshine when it's left in a very raw state and done intentionally that way. When you see Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or something like that, and it's that nice amber color, the whiskey gets that color from the fact that they've aged it, they've stored it in barrels that are kind of burned and charred on the inside from a certain type of wood, like oak or something, and the whiskey takes on that color and the flavor and the aroma from that long storage in that barrel. But whiskey that has not been aged, whiskey that has not been stored in any kind of a special container, is essentially just clear, and it's moonshine. That's what we call moonshine today. I've also heard it called a white whiskey. There again, I'm not an expert on this, so really moonshine, what we call moonshine or white whiskey, is really just an unaged raw whiskey. There's nothing really to it. And so that's what Old Smoky makes, moonshine. And this is their version of eggnog, which eggnog, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know that sometimes I really like eggnog and sometimes I don't. My favorite eggnog is from Pennsylvania Dutch. And I have tried, because to me that just has the best. It's not too thin, not too thick, not too boozy, not too tame. It's got a kick, but not enough to make you think, oh God. It to me is just perfect. It's got a nice velvety feel on my tongue. Pennsylvania Dutch is great. I love it. I've tried the Ed Williams eggnog and thought it was entirely too boozy. It kind of hit you too much. Now, some people like that, but to me, it was a little too much for me. So we're going to try this. I'm going to read to you from the bottle here. Well, hell, there ain't much to read. It just says, shake well, refrigerate after opening. Somewhere on here it said this was good for a year in the refrigerator after you've opened it. I don't see that now, but anyway, this is 35 proof, so it's 17.5 alcohol. That's 17.5% alcohol by volume. I can tell you that I've already tried this. It's a lot thinner than the Pennsylvania Dutch. This is actually a really thin. I've actually already had a glass tonight, and you can see this is the glass I had it in, and you can see that there's not a whole lot hanging on to the sides of the glass. It's because it's really quite thin. So, but let's have another one. And unlike other Old Smoky products, this actually has a wrap all the way around the jar. Most of the time, this is a clear jar with, and you can see the whiskey very clearly in it. This isn't like that. This has just got a wrap all the way around, probably so it can have this bow design and all that. Probably enough right there, since I've already had some. There we go. It does hold to the sides pretty good. It just doesn't last very long, so it's definitely got the creamy characteristic going for it. It just doesn't stick to the sides like some other eggnogs do that I've had. Smelling it, I don't get a whole lot of alcohol. I mainly just get eggnog. Just the smell of creamy, eggnoggish flavor there, or scent. it tastes. First off, I have found that when I drink this, if I just drink it and just take it down, that's better than if I take a swig and then swish it around in my mouth and try to take all the flavors in. Also, we're serving this cold tonight, so this is chilled. I don't know what the temperature is. Probably 39 or 40 in the fridge. I think no. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the temperature in the fridge is. Surely it's more than 39 or 40. But anyway, I have found that if you just drink it, it tastes better than it does if you try to, leave it in your mouth for a while and analyze it or anything. If I leave it in my mouth for a while and just try to take in everything, it kind of tastes like artificial sweetener or something. It's really sweet, really thin. Not as boozy as you might expect being a moonshine product. It's not quite as boozy, I don't think, as the Evan Williams, but it's not quite as toned down as the Pennsylvania Dutch. This is not it's not nearly as good, in my opinion, as the Pennsylvania Dutch. It's kind of thin, it's not as boozy as you would think it was, but it's just overly sweet, I think. It's just crazy sweet. And to the fact that, it tastes like stevia or something. It just doesn't taste like a... But if you just take a swig and just take it down and drink it, then you feel it kind of kick at the back of your throat. Feel just a hint of a burn at the back of your throat, which is good. And I think it's better that way. It's more refreshing. It's a more pleasant experience than just trying to take in all the notes that it's got going on. By the way, I'm not a professional taster or reviewer of any kind of liquor at all. I'm just bullshitting right now. So y'all can just take that for what it is. But that's just how I feel about this. It's a little too thin for me. I don't think I'll buy this again, but I wouldn't turn it down either. If anybody was going to give it to me, that I would very surely take it and be happy about it. See, look at how it's kind of got some runners there where it's running down the glass. It's just it's a really, the texture of it and the consistency of it just is, it's unique, if anything, because I don't think I've ever had an eggnog that was this thin or this runny. Most of the time it's got a lot more cream to it, a lot more, thickness. It ain't bad. I do think, like I said, that I'd rather have this than the Evan Williams, surprisingly. The Evan Williams was just too boozy. It was just too much. So yeah. Old Smoky Moonshine. I said it earlier, all this stuff is based on your taste. I just watched a video from a guy and his wife, and they tried the Pennsylvania Dutch, which I really like, compared it against the Evan Williams, which I kind of don't like. And his wife liked the Evan Williams a lot better because she said she liked to have that boozy kick. And if that's you, then, hey, that's great. I would say if you're the type to really like that boozy kick, the Evan Williams is probably for you. If you're somebody who just wants just the eggnog experience, but you don't really want to get something that's non-alcoholic, I would say the Pennsylvania Dutch. This is kind of in between. This is kind of a weird little mix. Now, I like Old Smoky. I've got some of their other products in there. I've got Blue Flame Moonshine in there, which is like 128 proof or something like that. It's crazy. And then I've got some Peppermint Moonshine in there, which is really good. So I like Old Smoky. I've been to Gatlinburg. We've been by this place. We didn't actually go in. I wish we had, but we didn't. We were going to tell the Dragon, which is where I got the shirt actually. So I like Old Smoky. And like I said, if someone was going to give this to me for Christmas or something, I would very much appreciate it. I'd be very happy about it. But I don't know that I would just go out and buy this, and just get real excited about it, kind of like I do with the Pennsylvania Dutch. My mother, of all people, gave me a bottle of Pennsylvania Dutch for Christmas I loved it. I was so excited that she gave us that because I just love it so much. Now, if someone were to give me this instead, I'd actually still be very happy to. I just don't know that I would go. This just wouldn't be my first pick, is all I'm trying to say. But it's still very good. I like Old Smoky. This is just kind of a weird It's just kind of a weird eggnog. It's neither here nor there. It's not the boozy stuff, but it's also not the super thick stuff that you might get at the grocery store that's non-alcoholic. Because I've seen stuff before. I've seen eggnog before that came in like a milk carton. It's from like Quality Check or something, and it was just thick. Like you could almost eat it. It looked like a milkshake. You know, you could eat it like with a spoon or something. This isn't that. This is very thin. This is the thinnest eggnog I've ever had. But I still think Pennsylvania Dutch is better. But there again, it's all down to your own personal taste. So I'm gonna catch y'all next time. I want to do a video with Street Bob Tony. I want to do a video with him. And I'm trying to get some Pabst Blue Ribbon whiskey. Pabst is one of my favorite beers, if not my favorite beer. I really like Pabst Blue Ribbon. And they made a whiskey, and I'm really trying to get some of that. You can't find it here in Arkansas where I'm at. But I've got a line on it from another state. I know a guy down there that can, pick it up for me, and then next time I see him, I'll get it from him. So I want to do a comparison between the PBR and the Blue Flame Old Smoky that I got, and the peppermint moonshine that I've got, and whatever he has, he can bring it over, and we'll do a taste test of it. But I'd like to do just like kind of like a taste test video between moonshines, and really just a way to hang out with my buddy, because with COVID and everything, I haven't seen anybody in a long time. But starting this week, I'm supposed to get the vaccine. So, God willing, that will happen. And I can kind of get back to half-ass normal. And Tony can come over and we can have ourselves a little video and a couple drinks. So, until next time, we'll see you later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.